Hello and welcome to our NBL Round 9 preview. Thanks to Dabble. I'm Steph Baumgartel, joined of course by Pete Hawley, and as always we are going to take a look at some of the exciting matchups that are brewing this round, and it all begins with our Ignite Cup game between the Brisbane Bullets and the New Zealand Breakers. Now Hall's Brisbane go into this one as favourites, understandably, given their performance against Tasmania, and they've beaten the Breakers already this year.
Well, they have, and you go back to that game, and I tell you what, the Breakers will remember that. They were up 24 points in that game and managed to choke it away and lose. It was some great heroics from Tyra Harrison from the Bullets, right in the clutch to tip 2 game-winning attempts off the rim. But this one's different because the Ignite Cup, both these teams currently have played one Ignite Cup game each. Both have won all 4 quarters. So one of these teams is getting closer to the Gold Coast.
The New Zealand Breakers are playing their second of 4 away games. How important would an away win be for them here, given they are in a tough travelling stretch?
Oh, they need to get one, I tell you what. They've got some regional games coming up in New Zealand as well, so it's home away from home. They just want to get as many wins as they can. And you go back to the way they've been playing, it hasn't been all doom and gloom. They've had 4 games where they've led by at least double figures and gone on to lose. So their coach is saying they just need to relearn how to win. It's hard to do, and they're coming up against a Brisbane team who's feeling really good about themselves.
And a big reason why Brisbane are the favourites at the moment, Casey Prather and Tyrell Harrison, they are a formidable duo. How do the Breakers stop them? Oh,
well, Casey Prather's unstoppable, right? So you're just going to have to hope that he wakes up on the wrong side of the bed and misses shots. But I'm looking forward to Tyrell Harrison versus Sam Menenga. They're 2 Kiwi locals. They know each other's game really well. Whoever wins that battle, I think, could win this game.
On Thursday night, the Adelaide 36ers are looking to bounce back from a loss against the Perth Wildcats. They are heading to Tasmania to do it. Now, Halls, we saw again on the weekend what happens to the Adelaide 36ers when Bryce Cotton has a quiet night. Do you think there's any chance he goes for 2 quiet games in a row?
Absolutely not. This is what Bryce Cotton does, and I tell you what, the Jack Jumpers have struggled mightily in stopping star guys for the opposition. So this has 30 plus, 35 plus, maybe even 40 from Bryce Cotton. The Jack Jumpers do have their own Bryce and Bryce Hamilton as well. They've lost 4 straight in Tassie. Not all at MyState Bank Arena, but the Jack Jumpers are desperate for a win.
It's not a pretty statistic, dropping 4 home games. How do they rediscover themselves before Thursday?
I think it all comes down to Will Magnay, the big fella in the middle. He looks a little hurt, he looks a little fatigued. He's played a lot of basketball in the last 18 months. If he can come out with the right mindset, he feels refreshed, re-energised, I think the Jack Jumpers can get it done. But the Adelaide 36ers are trying to prove to everybody, especially Damon Lowry, that they've got enough firepower to go and win a championship. So this will be a fun one.
Friday Night Hoops brings us the Cairns Taipans taking on the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Now, Hall's looking at recent form. Obviously, the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix go in as favourites, but we have seen some incredible upsets so far this season. What do you think is the Phoenix weakness?
Oh, their weakness, I think, is just finding that extra scorer outside of Nathan Sobey. Owen Foxwell's been really good. Uwandu's finding his feet. John Brown's great defensively, but Nathan Sobey's carrying a heavy load in playmaking. Having said that, if you go back to round 1 when these 2 teams played each other, the Phoenix defense just stifled the Cairns Taipans, and I don't see that changing in this game. I think the Taipans have a lot of offensive weapons, but the defensive pressure that Josh King likes to play with, I think this could get ugly.
Adam Ford went the small ball against the Illawarra Hawks. It worked pretty well for them. Do you think that hurts them, though, that style of play against the Phoenix, who like a pacey game?
Yeah, they went small ball against JaVale McGee because Adam Ford said that we have no answer to stop him one-on-one. So, hey, if he's going to score 2 points dunking it, we'll score 3 down the other end. And to be honest, it was a nice little chess battle from Adam Ford. I don't know what else they come up with here. They need to look after the ball against the Phoenix. The Phoenix shoot the ball well, okay as well. So if they score more threes and they continue that run, maybe. But I think the Phoenix will be really, really heated after their throwdown loss.
We have a rivalry brewing come Sunday with the Sydney Kings heading down the highway to take on the Illawarra Hawks. Now, Hall's Gorge said it best earlier this week. He says the Kings are back in the hunt. You'd have to agree.
Oh, absolutely. And don't look now, but these are the 2 hottest teams in the league. The Sydney Kings, they've won 3 straight. Xavier Cooks has been leading the way. Kendrick Davis is going to be Kendrick Davis. But they come into now a juggernaut Illawarra Hawks led by Dave O'Hickey, JaVale McGee's there. And this will be fun. You can mention the 3 straight. The Hawks have won 2 straight. It doesn't matter. These are 2 teams that notoriously hate each other. They always have. This always means more, and I can't wait.
So fun, but do you think it'll be fiery given it is a rivalry matchup?
Always has to be, right? There's going to be someone. Illawarra Hawks and Xavier Cooks have their own little piece of history with his father as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing who makes it boil over. There's always going to be someone. It could be Kuat Noy from the Sydney Kings. It could be Dave O'Hickey from the Illawarra Hawks. But this one means a whole lot more than just an extra win in the regular season. But the Illawarra Hawks right now are flying. But 270, I tell you what, from the Sydney Kings, I think they're up and about as well. So that should be probably a coin toss for me. I know the Hawks are at home, but this is the game of the round.
As you mentioned, the Hawks are also in form. Davo Hickey, a huge return from them, but Brian Goorjian says that JaVale McGee is their biggest threat. Is that how you see it? Is containing him the key to winning or losing this matchup?
For sure. I think the Sydney Kings have enough guard defenders in Bull, Quoll, Jalen Galloway to try and limit Davo Hickey's impact. What they don't have is someone who can keep JaVale McGee quiet. So if Justin Tatum has the game plan to allow McGee to go for 30 plus again and help Davo Hickey out, the Hawks will be in good shape. But I tell you what, the Sydney Kings look on the other side. Yes, the Hawks have one Iswakala Bullock. He might go to Kendrick Davis, but there's weapons everywhere. And I tell you what, I said game of the round. This could be game of the season, Steph.
Well, we absolutely love to see it. Thank you so much for joining us for our NBL Round 9 preview. Thanks to our friends at Dabble. We look forward to seeing you next week.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.